Hello and welcome to my video where you will learn how to cut dado slots into your board. The end result of this step is going to look like this. Notice that there's 3 slots on the inside of the board. If you look at it from the end, you can see there's 2 that are closer together to this edge and 1 that's closer to that edge. Also notice that I've labeled the faces. This will be the inside of the box all along here once I cross-cut this up into the 4 sides. I've also labeled the bottom, I've labeled the outside, and I've labeled the top. So notice that the top is where the 2 dados are closer to, and the bottom only has 1 dado. So this is what the setup looks like. I'm going to cut this board right here. Notice that there is a feather board right here attached to the fence, and it's set to be just slightly above the thickness of this wood, which is 1/2 inch thick. So that's going to help you keep the wood flat against the table so that the dado grooves get cut through halfway through, which would be 1/4 of an inch. So we want to make sure that that stays down like that. Here's how you're going to do this operation. We are going to make sure that we cut on the inside. So the inside is going to go down against the table. So you should see the word outside as you make these cuts. We're going to start by making sure that the fence is set to 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to need to move that over here. There we are, at 1/8 of an inch right there. I actually have it a little slightly bigger than that, about a 32nd larger than an 1/8, just for this step. And I'm going to make 2 cuts at this distance. Those 2 cuts are going to be these that are closest to the edge. So you can see that's about 1/8 of an inch right there and right there. I'm going to need this push stick right here to help push this through as I go. I'm going to do one side, and after that's through, I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to do the other side. So notice I'm holding the board down with my right hand. My left hand makes an L and goes behind it, and I'm going to hold it tight against the fence the whole time as I push through. I'm sliding it under my right hand. I'm going to grab the push stick, and I'm going to finish that cut through like that. So there's my first cut on this side. Now I need to cut this side. So now this side's going to go against the fence and through. All right, now we have those 2 dado cuts. They're cut halfway through. They're 1/8 of an inch away from the shorter faces. And now I'm going to cut the 3rd dado slot. It's going to go closer to the top here, and it's going to be 1/2 inch away from this edge. So I'm going to need to change the fence. So let's go back over to the fence here. And this time I'm going to change this to 1/2 an inch. So I'm going to move this over to exactly 1/2 an inch. You can see it there. Important that we have the outside up, just like before, but we want the top face to be against the fence. So you should see bottom facing out to the left, and you shouldn't see the word top because that's going to be against the fence. Other than that, the operation is exactly the same. All right, there it is. The top and the bottom, once we have it cut up, that is how they're going to be held in there, like so. And this other slot here is going to be how the lid gets cut off and fits on.